Hey YouTube, hi friends, family, supporters, subscribers, non-subscribers, internet junkies, YouTube junkies. So I prepared a shit ton of top 10s, right? And first of all, I want to give a shout out to Jay for your comment and your yesterday when I asked for your opinions and I needed some recommendations for some shows to watch. I'm definitely going to watch. Coral hasn't even seen Fargo, so I'm really excited to see that, and I'm a big fan of the Coen brothers. I actually should do a video just on the Coen brothers. And for Al, for giving me the suggestions you gave me, because I'm going to watch those as well. And I want to watch what people watch, so, and I'm really picky. I'm so picky that it bothers the shit out of my wife, but so I got 5 top 10s prepared, so I'm gonna roll for them, whichever I get first. So we got Jim Carrey movies. Happy birthday to Mr. James Eugene Carrey. I got the best smiles in Hollywood. I have my top 10 favorite actors of all time, and then top 10 cult classic movies. And these ones I prepared. It took me so long. And I was, if you were to see this piece of paper, there would be so many things scratched off and like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, that it took me a long time to decide what I wanted. So let's go, whatever I roll first. Got an 8, 12, 6, 10, 8. I suppose I should use the 4-sided die, but I don't have one right out. I do actually have one offhand. Come on. Here, I'm going to use a 20-sided die. I bet you'll have a better chance than this 10-sided. Yep, there we go. So we got my favorite actors all time. All time, all time, all time. So, and please don't get mad at me because I did males because I did girls for best smiles in Hollywood. So it's not that I don't have any top 10 favorite female actresses or thespians, because I do. But it's so hard for me to judge. I change my mind back and forth. So I already roll for these, so I can go either down the list, and if you guys have not heard of any of these characters or actors, you should definitely look into their movies. So at the top, I have Bill Paxton, and probably my favorite movie that he ever did was Twister. And there's something about him that, there's so many. Okay, so what makes one of my favorite all-time favorites is I have to just be indulged by their characters. I have to enjoy every single movie they do. I can't just be like, I liked him in this, and this, but I didn't like him in that, and that. So like when it comes to my actual choices, Tesla, shut up! I will put you down with a spoon. And then, meow! You want to argue? He just wants to argue. He wants to talk. So Bill Paxton, he's probably been the only character that's been killed by. I read it was actually on a meme today. He's only been killed by a predator, he's been killed by a Terminator, and an alien, which is kind of cool to say. But Twister was my favorite movie growing up when I was a kid. It was between that and Jurassic Park, but I saw Twister in the theaters 10 or 13 times, and then I saw Jurassic Park like 10 or 11 times, just under that. But I lived in a small town called Winona in Minnesota, so like our theater at the time only had like 4 theaters until they added on. So like if I wanted to go see a movie, like it was in the theater for a long time. Gary Oldman. Does anyone know who Gary Oldman is? Probably not, but he does not play a bad role in any movie I've ever seen. Most people know him as Sirius Black from Harry Potter series, but I'm pretty sure my favorite all-time role he ever played was The Fifth Element, and I got Coral to watch that the other night. So like he was like, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe. I'm like, I want to rewatch like all of his movies. Will Smith, number 3. So I don't think people need any kind of direction to watch Will Smith movies. I wanted to be Will Smith growing up. Like I wanted to be the Fresh Prince. He was. She got to see Independence Day too, so she hasn't seen that before, and I love her to death. But like, there's so many movies that when I'm like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? I'm like, have you seen this? And she's like, no, I haven't seen that. So like, sometimes I'm always backpedaling, be like, well, you got to see this, and then you got to see this, and then you got to see this. So I get stuck on a character for a long time, not a character, but an actor. Stephen Root. I know I've talked about him. Uh, Probably my favorite movie that he's done is Office Space. He plays the guy's like, I'm gonna burn down the building with my stapler, and these people have so much range that they just don't do bad roles. And you've probably seen Stephen Root 1,000 times, but you just have no idea who he is. So definitely look him up. Jeff Bridges, I love him so much. I can't tell you. You guys probably know my favorite Jeff Bridges movie. If you guys seen The Big Lebowski, know me personally. I quote the movie probably on a daily basis. Bi-daily. I definitely do it. Cora will be like, "Where's that from?" I'm like, "Big Lebowski," and she'll roll her eyes, and be like, "I'm not surprised." Edward Norton. The only movie I actually did not like him in was Hulk. So like, I couldn't exempt him from my list just because I didn't like. And sometimes like, I was just kind of mad at comics. So like, I can't take any kind of comic seriously when it comes to like entertainment value, because on two different levels. One, they don't write it the way it should be written, and they kind of just like piss over the comics, and it's for entertainment value. And Edward Norton didn't play the best Hulk, so we can leave that. We'll leave that argument. We'll put that on the tack board, and we'll talk about it some other time. Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you guys know who he is, rest in peace. Another individual probably has suffered from a lot of depression, and he's probably one of the funniest and well-rounded actors. And he just, when it comes to, there was so much more opportunity for him to be in movies nowadays that like I can think of a few movies that I would just be like, would be a better role. He'd be a better actor in this. Philip Seymour Hoffman he's absolutely amazing and astounding. And I think I'm going to star him because he deserves a little bit more attention from me. And since I do just go off of what I have been seeing, it upsets me that he passed away. And, it happens, but we can't all be amazing. And, sometimes people give in. And I don't think he was done acting yet. So there's a heart. I have a huge heart for Philip. Keanu Reeves. I mean, does he do a bad movie? He's probably, when it comes to alpha males or people that I aspire to be, it's between him and Gary Vaynerchuk. But obviously Gary doesn't act very much. Keanu Reeves, the guy just doesn't stop. He's a humanitarian for the world. And if there's one person I'd want to send out into outer space to like represent humankind, it would be Keanu Reeves. Phil Hartman, sad story there too. I get choked up sometimes thinking about these guys because, I'm enveloped in movies a lot of the time because I like to escape. And Phil Hartman, I loved him. He did a lot of good movies, and I'm not even going to start talking about his movies, but in News Radio, I think he shined the most, and of course Simpsons too. But you just heard his voice, so like you kind of recognize him or not. But if you guys have not seen that, go watch News Radio. It's one of my sister, she wants me to do my favorite '90s sitcoms, and News Radio is going to be on there. So I'll dive deep into Phil Hartman. Morgan Freeman. I mean, does he need an introduction? Does he need any glory? He probably has more awards. And one of the things I thought about, like, there's so many A-listers, because I wasn't Googling these. These are, like, I was thinking super, super hard of, like, just people that, like, I'm a diehard fan, and if somebody starts talking crap about them, I got to instantly defend them. I'm like, they're not here. I'm like, whoa, you can't say that about them. So it's Morgan Freeman. I really liked him in Robin Hood, and I know he narrates a lot, and his voice is just captivating. But when he acted in Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, that was when I instantly was astounded by him, and I really think that there's probably not one person on this list that deserves more attention and deserves more. I would give him almost any award because there's nothing that he can't do. I mean, he even makes God look good, Um, I know that was already probably like 9 or 10, but I also have J.K. Simmons on here. Simon, J.K. I think it's J.K. Simmons. If you don't know who he is, he has he. I wouldn't say he has very many all-star roles, but he definitely is one of the best supporting actors in it. Once you look up, if you look him up and you Google him and you see his picture, be like, "Yep, I know that guy. I know him from this, and this," because he just. I don't want to say he's typecast because he kind of plays himself in every single movie, and he's he cracks me up. And I actually got into an argument with Coral a little bit at work when we were talking about this. She's like, I can't believe you didn't say this guy. I can't believe you didn't say this guy. And I'm like, I do really like him. So at the very tippity top of this argument, these are my two-time. These are 1 and 1. 1 and 1 or 1 and 2. I cannot ever pick who is my favorite actor, thespian, in any way, shape, or form. Sometimes these people are typecast, and sometimes they are just they can get a script and not read it, and then just go and do their job, and they and they'll be an all-star. And it's between Jason Bateman and Jim Carrey. So those are my two top 1 and top 2. Top 1 and 1. I go back and forth between those two, and you guys can give me all the crap you want about Jim Carrey or Jason Bateman, and at no point will you ever win me over in an argument, have an argument that will lead me to think otherwise about these two actors. There isn't one role I don't like from Jim Carrey, and there isn't one role I don't like from Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman has some of the wittiest, most clever, and a persona that like it just resonates with me so well because I'm constantly saying the things that he like. When I hear him say, I'm like, that's totally Jason Bateman, even if I've never heard it in a movie. And Jim Carrey's the same way. I think he gets typecast too much into movies, and he actually has. I actually have 10 or 15 movies that you probably haven't heard from Jim Carrey, and it is his birthday today, and I think it's also Betty White's, and it is also, is it Muhammad Ali or Morgan Freeman? One of those guys. But happy birthday, Mr. James Eugene Carey. You have been a pillar of humor in my life. I have aspired to be like you, and yeah, there is my top 10, and I have a lot more prepared here, you guys, but that's not what we rolled for, and I have a lot more coming up. I think I'm going to do top 10s probably for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and maybe even Friday, because I have them already prepared, and I couldn't decide on what I wanted to do. So those of you, Blaze, Jay, and Al, thank you for your suggestions, and thank you for your opinions. Thank you for your comments. When I think of my favorite subscribers, you guys, I should probably do my like top 10 favorite subscribers, and then I'd probably piss some people off because some people just care more, some people listen more, and believe it or not, I get a more opportunity to be with coworkers. So if I do have something to say, I'll go right to them and ask them, or think what they think. And I mean, Blaze, you're not a coworker, but you're on my squad, so it's kind of like we do a lot of work together. But you guys have a wonderful evening. I got to get online because I want to play some Warzone a little bit. Congratulations to my brother-in-law who put an offer on his house in Minneapolis, and he's going to pull a trigger. And I don't know when he closes on the deal, but it's an absolutely beautiful house, townhouse, whatever you want to call it. It is, I can't wait to go visit you and hang out at Eat Street and get annihilated and then pass out at your house. And then buy you something. I want to buy you something really cool for your townhouse or your I looked at every room because I got the pictures, and I think I already know what I want to buy for you, but we'll wait till you close on it, and then Coral and I will go out and get it for you. But you guys have a good day, and subscribers, thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I think I'm at 92 or 93 subscribers, so we're almost a tenth of the way to me being monetized, which might piss some of you off because when I do get monetized, I'm going to unfortunately be forced to have commercials or ads in my videos. So right now you guys are getting the uncut, the good stuff. And, it's probably going to be growing the channel has been a big staple in my life, and I want to thank you guys all for that. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. I mean, it's my weekend, so I mean, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. So yeah, you guys have a good week, I guess. For those of you that work a similar schedule to me, have a good weekend, and see you guys online. Peace.